Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Wednesday the 16th of February 2022. In today's Millwall news, we're going to start off with this from londonnewsonline.co.uk, and it's Millwall midfielders earn praise again after superb showings against QPR. Gary Rowett labelled Kieftenbeld and Billy Mitchell as superb in Millwall's 2-0 victory against QPR last night. The duo started in midfield too for the Lions and played the full 90 minutes as Millwall moved up to 14th in the championship table. Rowett praised Dutchman Kieftenbeld for the second game running. Lions Academy product Mitchell has started the last 18 league matches. Rowett told the South London press, Miko and Billy Mitchell have been brilliant. They've been absolutely superb. The intensity that they've both played at has been fantastic. They passed the ball really well tonight. To keep two players out like George Evans and George Savoy is not easy. But at the moment, their performances have justified their starting places. Rowett added that Mill have been working on getting the midfielders higher up the pitch. He added, we worked on attacking with extra numbers but sensibly, and I thought we did that. One of the midfielders joined in really well. Our centre-back stepped at times. Our wing-backs went higher when it was on their side. Our forwards played a little bit closer together. There were little bits we're trying to work on. The problem at the moment is you work on it, do it really well, but then you've got to work on it with 3 different players in the next week. Right, okay. So what? Shouldn't all the players be training? Shouldn't you be training different players to play various roles anyway? Shouldn't you be doing that? Rather than just saying, oh, you do this and you do that. But yeah, it was good yesterday. Sean Hutchinson was bombing forward at times. I was like, oh, what's he doing up here? He did that 2 or 3 times, so obviously something they've been working on. I would just say, so yeah, about training and all that, what he's saying there, it just kind of struck me after Danny McNamara's missed chance so early on, about 32 seconds in. So Rowett said earlier in the season he wants him to be more attacking, go forward more. But he's a wing back and he does a lot of defensive work as well. So what training, what drills does he do? Is it defensive? Does he take part in shooting drills? If you want him to be more attacking, then surely you need to train him up in attacking drills. Maybe the reason why he didn't do well with that shot is because he's not taking part in shooting drills. But then you want him to be more attacking. I don't know if he is or he isn't. But then you Rat saying he wants him to be more attacking. So what does he train then? Does he do defensive drills and attacking drills? So he does double dose of training? Surely you would have to pick one or the other. I don't know. But yeah, so it seems really weird here. They're little bits we are trying to work on. The problem at the moment is you work on it, do it really well, but then you've got to work on it with 3 different players the next week. So he's basically admitting there he has a set first 11, and it is what it is. Come hell or high water, that's the first 11. That would explain why certain players haven't been in the picture, because they're not part of the in crowd. But surely you would have different players training different roles. So if you play in a certain way, okay, you're the first choice in doing this, and you're the backup, so you got to learn this as well. Surely you'll be doing that. That's really worrying. That if that's a straight quote, what are they doing in training? I don't know, it seems to work, but did seem to work. It's seemed very well, but did it work? Is it Rowett who turned it around? Because we're going to move on to the next story, and I've got a feeling that it might be someone else who's inspired the players in the last 2 games to perform out their skins, and that certain someone is Mr. John Berylson, because apparently he was there for both of the games. So this is from millfc.co.uk, Mill Football Club's official club website, a message from Mill chairman John Berylson. It gives me great pleasure to be writing to you off the back of 2 great performances and results at the Den over the past few days. I feel very lucky and glad to have been at the Den for both. He was at the Den for the Cardiff game and for the QPR game. And I think it's the first time he's come over since COVID. All the restrictions. I don't know where he is in the USA, which state, Massachusetts or Delaware. I don't know what state he's in. Connecticut. Yeah. So the restrictions have been lifted and whatnot. So he can travel over now. And I'm pretty sure he does go into the dressing rooms before the game. So if he did that against Cardiff and against QPR, he's the one that inspired the players to perform the way they did. Him turning up. Not anything Gary Rowett did. I genuinely believe that's why we're winning these games now. Because Mr. John Berylson's turned up. And he's such a well-liked, well-respected person that it's just buoyed everyone up. And we would like to thank everyone for the kind welcome and words during the 2 match days. As you all know, I like to walk around the ground before kickoff, but because of COVID and travel restrictions regarding testing, I've had to be more controlled, which I hope you can understand. Our home form has been brilliant, and there has also been some great moments, goals, performances and results at the Den so far, and it really felt that last night's game in particular had all those ingredients chucked in, including a type of atmosphere which makes the place so special and unique. Yes, sir. There is no escaping the fact that we've really suffered from some bad luck with injuries, but all you can ask is that those players out there play with the type of passion, commitment and desire which you can all relate to, and I don't think there is any question that this is the case with this team. Everyone is stepping up to the mark, and that makes for some exciting times both now and in the future. Oh, does he know something we don't know? It's particularly pleasing when you have your own younger players showing their potential on the big stage, and credit to Billy Mitchell, Danny McNamara and Tyler Burry for their impact on the senior side to date. Alongside them you also have the likes of Nana Boateng, Zach Lovelace, Bisar Toboloj and Hayden Muller, who have been exposed to the first team. That sounds a bit ominous, doesn't it? While Alex Mitchell, Isaac Alofi and several others are away from the club enjoying successful and beneficial loans. The future looks very bright indeed, but so does the present. We're well placed in the championship table, and we know that as a club, for whatever reason, we always seem to be better in the second half of seasons. Let's hope this one is no different, and I see no reason why it won't be, given the performances of late and the way in which these players are fighting for the badge on their chests. It feels like we're on a bit of a journey as a club, a transitional one, and we hope you'll join us in numbers, as your support is absolutely crucial, more so than at any other club in my opinion, to success on the pitch. Having that extra couple of thousand inside the stadium makes the world of difference on and off the pitch as we continue to recover from the issues created by COVID. There are games to play and to win between now and May, and who knows where we will end up. I think that is exciting, and then we can look forward to a big summer for the club in terms of recruitment and squad building ahead of 22-23. Interesting. Thank you for your support and all the fine work you continue to do in the name of the club. I couldn't be any prouder to lead Millwall, your club, and I look forward to seeing everyone at the Den again soon. John. What amazing, absolutely amazing. Well said. Just a few things. So he's basically saying So he's saying we've got all these young players coming through. Okay, he's bigging them up. And then he says we could do with all of you turning up to the games. That would be good. It would help us be successful. And then he links in about we've got to recruit some players in the summer and rebuild the squad because we don't have a lot of contracted players. So after the team's in on loan, then they'll be going back. So that is very interesting. So he knows something needs to happen in the summer. He does know that, and it seems he's fully aware and presiding over what's happening. And he realizes that something's happening. It's good to hear. Good to hear him say that. It is good to hear him say that. But bringing up the young players at the start, does that mean they're the ones going to be coming in? Are they the ones who are going to be rebuilding the squad? Now, we all big up our youngsters and we like to support them. But they are far from capable of being able to compete at the championship, especially all of them at the same time. That would be ridiculous. I think we've seen the players Gary Rowett's brought in are better than the ones that have left. But it's no good if they're injured, is it? So there you go. Very good statement there from John Berylson. Yeah, very good. And I think it's safe to say he was at the Cardiff game and he was at the QPR game, and the players put a shift in. So and that says all you need to know. So I'm sure he went into the dressing room. He said he didn't walk around the ground and speak to the fans. He does do that sometimes. I've seen him. But I'm sure he went into the dressing room for the game, especially against Cardiff. He probably went into the away dressing room as well to have a word with Stevie Morrison. So there you go, 2 wins in a row, and the common factor is John Berylson was at the ground. So there you go. So hopefully going forward, if he can go to every game, that will be good. I'm pretty sure he used to go to a lot of games. So hopefully that can continue. Yeah. So we're going to move on to stats now. If you're not interested in that, thank you for watching. But we're going to go forward and look at the stats from yesterday's game against QPR. And you can see here, this is from experimental361.com. It is the expected goals over the length of the match time, which is about 95 minutes or so. And you can see here, you literally right off the bat, that's the Danny McNamara chance where the blue line jumps up. If you haven't seen these before, the blue line is Millwall's chances on goal. Every time it jumps up vertically, that is a shot on goal that produces an XG, an expected goal. The highest XG is point blank. Something like a penalty is high XG. A low XG would be a long range shot, that kind of thing. And you can see here QPR not having the best of luck. Look at that ratio there. They've had about, what was that, 1, 2, 3, they've had 4 shots, QPR, in the first half. And look how many we've had. The staircase. This is, we talk about staircase. When you're constantly attacking and you have shot after shot after shot after shot, sustained, because you do have little zigzags, like a little thunderbolt, where like someone will have a shot, it gets deflected, then they'll quickly have a shot again. That's this kind of zigzag lightning bolt. But this staircase is what you want, because you want to build up, you want attacking build up, ends in a shot. Then the away team comes forward, you get the ball back off them, or they just kick it away, and then you go again. You attack, build up, shot. And you want to be doing that every like 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And that produces the staircase. And you can see here, classic staircase from Mill's second shot, which took place in about the 16th minute. So it's basically a straight staircase all the way up, exponential, going up there on the 45 degrees. And yeah, that is what you want to see. And then after the second goal, you can see we took the foot off the gas, and we only had one more shot. I think that was Mason Bennett again when he was gassed out. Probably should have been taken off before that. I said yesterday he seemed to be he'd done a lot of work, and he was knackered, and should have probably come off earlier. But like Zach Lovelace wasn't going to go on to replace him. Gary Rowett wasn't going to do that. Like he has these things. Rowett wasn't going to put Zach Lovelace on as a centre forward. Then why is he on the bench? Like literally, why is he on the bench? What is the point of him being on the bench when you've got the centre forward Mason Bennett is absolutely cream crackered? You can't give Zach Lovelace 10 minutes. No, he waits until the game. There's not that much time left in the game, so he can then take off the only centre forward for a midfielder, because we're just going into defensive mode, and you can see that here. The flat line is where we don't have a shot on goal, and after that Mason Bennett chance, where he run out of gas and just put a weak shot at the goalkeeper, didn't have another chance until the end of the game. And then you can see QPR starting to get a little bit more into it. They have their own little mini staircase, but it's too little too late. They're already 2-0 down, and we've just switched into defensive mode. So there you go, XG there. And you can see we've outperformed the XG, because it's 1.5. Our XG was 1.5, and we got 2. Very good. QPR 0.7, and they got 0. So fantastic performance there from Millwall defence. Moving on to this is Infogolnet. It's the they give the XG in the middle there above the red FT as 1.52 to Millwall, 0.48 to QPR, so less for QPR there. Here you can see the events of the match. Lee Wallace went off for them, which was weird because he's walking normally. Nothing was wrong with him, I don't know, but then Moses Ajubayo come on. And again, we had our own injury. Oliver Burke coming off for Tyler Burry. And yellow card for them. And then straight after the second half starts, Mason Bennett scores. Jed Wallace got booked. Tyler Burry scores. Tyler Burry got booked because he took his shirt off. Not allowed to do that, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to book you for that. Sorry, son. Then they make 2 substitutions, trying to bring on. Then just before they had a corner, and straight from that corner, Charlie Austin just lamps it way over the bar, like he was playing, probably inspired by the Six Nations. Yeah, and then we make our. Scott Malone came off. There was something weird happening. He wasn't down injured. He was moving normally, but the physio ran over on the side and like knelt down, waiting for a stop in play so he could come on. And I was looking at all of the players. Like, who's he waiting for? Because all the players were moving normally. No one was limping. I thought it might have been Kieftenbeld. But then no, he lined up with the defensive line. Well, one of them, is it Cooper? Is it Hutchinson? Or have they got something wrong with him? But then no, it was Scott Malone. Scott Malone just walked off normally as well. So don't know what that was about. I think after they said it was cramp, but oh well. Alex Pearce come on. That might be the last. Might not be seeing Alex Pearce for a while because Danny Ballard is back. So could be Danny Ballard on the bench for the Brighton Blackburn game. And then Mason Bennett comes off in the 89th minute, way too late. I hope he's still got enough energy for the Blackburn game, but we will see. So this website, I like the shot map. What they do with the XGs on this website is they plot it onto a map of the pitch. You can see here, look at this. Look at the Mill's chances here. Absolutely glorious to see. Plenty of chances inside the box. None inside the 6-yard box, but that doesn't matter. 3 really big chances there. That's the Mason Bennett one. That must be the Danny McNamara one. That was 40%er. The one that actually got scored, Mason Bennett. And the other one here, Tyler Berry. Fantastic chances there. There's a little one there. What's that? Jake Cooper. Okay. And you can, hey, look at this. QPR. It's glorious to see, isn't it? It's like someone sneezed on the screen. They're so small you can barely see them. They're supposed to be pink circles with a black outline. All you can see is the black outline. They had like 1 decent chance, that one there. 3 here. I'm sure it's probably the same player now. I've got 3 different players. Yeah, was that a fair result? Fairness rating 82.34 out of 100. Yeah, that was a fair result. Let's look at first half. So first half, there you go. 0-0 again at the first half. After half time is 0-0. There you go. Look at that. Second half. Wow. Okay. So more clinical. Only 4 chances. 4 shots on goal. Second half, 2 goals. Fantastic. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is glorious. Absolutely fantastic defending. QPR so powder puff up front. Playing with 1 up front and that one being Lyndon Dykes. Come on, man. Come on. How the fuck are they 4th? I haven't been watching much of them, but how are they 4th? Watching them yesterday, you wouldn't think that they were 4th in the table. I'm not. It's been a while. How many games you played? Like 30 games or so, and they're 4th in the table. Fucking hell. So let's move on now to this. This is whoscored.com, and it's the match report. Millwall created a high number of chances relative to their possession. Millwall were effective at creating goal scoring opportunities from counter-attacks. Millwall's weaknesses: lost possession often. Had a high shot frequency when in possession. Yes. And you can see on the left-hand side or right-hand side, top 5 players. 4 of them are Millwall players, and 1 of them is their goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper was very busy, did some very good stuff. Let's go back now so you can see attempts. 13 attempts for Millwall, 10 for QPR, 7-7 open play, 4-2 set piece, 2-1 counter attack. And here we go. 13 shots for Millwall, 2 goals. That's a 15% conversion rate. Absolutely fantastic. Normally in single figures our conversion rate, but double figures is absolutely fantastic. Here we go. Mostly down both wings. Shot direction. Okay. Shot zones. Yes. Action zones. glorious. Look at that. 22% in our home third. Fantastic player positions. Look at that. Who's that there? Who's that 7? That's Jed Wallace there. He's tucking in there. That is quite that's good. That is good. And then QPR here, and they got 9, 21 and 10 all bunched up. Okay. So let's move on now to this. Basically, we're going to start running through the various stats. So if you look at the top where the club badges are, you can see the average player rating for each side. It was 6.96 for Millwall, 6.29 for QPR, definitely a lot better than them. And the crowd was 30,063. Fantastic. So let's have a look. So Marshall was the only player for them to get 7 or above. Everyone else very poor. But let's go and look at Millwall. Tons of Millwall players with 7 or above. Absolutely tons of them. Man of the match, Mason Bennett. Yeah. Like I said in yesterday's video, it was a very good team performance. If you ask 10 different people to give you a man of the match, you'll get 10 different answers. It was a glorious team effort. So let's look at total shots. So 13 shots to 10 shots. There you go. Jed Wallace 3, Mason Bennett with 2. Okay. Possession. So it was 37% possession to 63. Okay, really? It didn't feel like that because we did most of the attacking. I guess. Pass success. Oh, pass success is low. Generally for us, 72 to 83. Kieftenbeld 85. Mitchell 83. Very nice. Burke 50. Well, he wasn't on the pitch for much. Okay. Moving on to dribbles 6 and 7. Aerials 117 to 19. Dickey with 8 for them. Mason Bennett 6 for us. Tackles 9 to 7. Okay. Corners 2 to 5. Dispossessed 4 to 3. Okay, let's jump on the player stats. We've already seen most of them. Just going to quickly scroll through them. You can see here, look at this, we have 8 players from Millwall with a 7 or above rating. Mason Bennett 7.77, slightly ahead of Scott Malone. Then comes Jed Wallace. Tyler Berry comes on as a sub, although he's an early sub, so he plays 60 minutes of the game. Is it 60? 70? Roughly 70. Round about 70 minutes of the game. Gets himself fourth in the rating, 7.32. The yellow card and a goal, fantastic. Bart Piakowski, 7.24. Interesting. So there you go. Let's go on to offense. So shots. So we've got 7 players having shots. Cooper, Murray Wallace, Danny McNamara. Definitely, as Garrett said earlier, defenders getting forward. Shots on target. Now this is a lot better. They have got their shooting boots on them. Jed Wallace 3 shots, 3 on target. That is a lot better than the last game. Mason Bennett 2-2, 2-1, 2-1, 1-1. Danny McNamara. Got to get him in those shooting drills because he really should have scored that chance after 32 seconds. So unscheduled touches, poor ball control. Okay. Defensively, tackles, McNamara, Jed Wallace. Okay. Interceptions, Murray Wallace and Billy Mitchell. Okay. Clearances, ooh, Jake Cooper 7, Hutch 5, Bart with 2. Yeah, he did a punch out as well. Doesn't normally go for them, but he did one. It was alright. Didn't give us any trouble coming back. Block shots there. Okay. Passing wise, so passes. Most passes Jake Cooper, Hutchison, Murray Wallace, Billy Mitchell 41 with an 82.9. But stepping up even better, Mikkel Kieftenbeld 39 passes, 84.6 accuracy. So just a few less passes but better accuracy. Crosses and accurate crosses. So 6 and 3 for Scott Malone, 3 and 1 for Billy Mitchell, 3 and 0 for Danny McNamara. Mason Bennett 2 and 0, Tyler Berry 2 and 0. Okay, long balls and accurate long balls. So Jake Cooper 12 and 3, Bart Biakowski 10 and 1. So that's not very good. So that 7.24 score he got was for the saves that he made, I assume. Sean Hutchinson 9 and 4, Murray Wallace 8 and 0, Malone 4 and 0, McNamara 4 and 0, Jed Wallace 4 and 3. Okay, did I show you the touches? Who had the most touches? Jed Wallace, Sean Hutchinson, Jake Cooper, Scott Malone, Murray Wallace, Billy Mitchell, Danny McNamara. A lot of the other players stepping up, because normally when I do these, Billy Mitchell, Danny McNamara at the top of the list, so the other players are stepping up, which is interesting indeed, especially when we've seen earlier that John Berylson was in the crowd, probably went into the dressing room before the game, and you see the other players stepping up and getting on the ball, wanting to get on the ball, wanting to impress Mr. Berylson sitting in the stand. Fantastic stuff. So there you have it. 2 visits from the chairman to the 2 Millwall games, 2 wins. Hope he goes every week. I mean, if he did, we'll probably win the league. If that's what him turning up does. Maybe he should be the manager. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.